This programme is brought to you by vinny.co.uk.
Welcome back to the Champions League pool here on Free Sports. Match number 3 of Group 2 is about to get underway. We've just seen John Sullivan get a bit of a beating towards the end of his first match with Aaron Davies. Was well in the match, was leading towards the end with about 4 minutes left to play. And then 2 fabulous clearances. Aaron Davies took the match away from him. He gets a chance to immediately bite back though against Bale, who took a draw in the opening match of the night against Andy Cragg. And this then becomes a massive match for both players. More so for John, as Oli has a point on the board, whereas John doesn't. But whoever loses this match will be in a pretty weak position in the group overall. Stephen Jameson is saying, I'm still with you this evening, and we'll be guiding you through all of these 6 matches.
Yeah, and it's tough for John. He's having to go straight back out there, having been right in a match, and probably feels like I wouldn't say he felt like he gave away the match, but he had a great chance. In fact, he had 2-3 great chances to go 3-1 up, didn't take them. And then he was punished by Aaron, who cleared up the last 2 frames from the break. So he sort of gave it away and then had taken away very quickly. But he's got to forget all that and go again. And he's just potted himself into a little bit of trouble here. Having to take this to the top left. If he hasn't got a good angle on it, and I don't think he has, he can't top this through to get on the red above the black, because he'd cannon into the yellow. He may have to screw this on and off. Oh, he's going to try and top it. He's going to flick off the yellow. Well, actually, he felt he could cut the red back from where he is, but would have been very thin, but he misses the pot anyway.
Straight back at the table, having had a dry break. His break did let him down a little bit actually in match number 1. It was sort of one of the undercurrents of that game against Andy Cragg. But he looked comfortable out there. In fact, both players in match 1 looked very comfortable, I thought, especially in comparison to the 2. Certainly more familiar with the TV players, John and Aaron in match 2.
That's a poor shot. Just caught it too thick. He was trying to catch that really thin, spin the white across the table. May have even been playing for the yellow near it to the bottom left, but he's finished awkward angle. Great recovery. What a recovery that is.
That's a top shot, that, isn't it? That's such a good shot from Bale. But that doesn't go.
It looked like he cued that really well as well, just too wide. Yeah, just catches the far draw and doesn't drop. I bet he thought he'd knock that in when he hit it.
John Sullivan more than happy to do clean-up duty. And he'll take a 1-0 lead. Only so close to doing the same. But it's John Sullivan who snatches frame number 1 in match number 3. 1-0 to the sole man. This is how things stand at the moment. Will be at least. There we go. As you can see from the results there, Andy and Oli tying in the first match, Aaron winning in the second. That is how the table stands at the moment. Frames for and against don't really matter too much, it's just nice to see it as an idea at the end of the night. Reminder, if players are tied at the top at the end of the night for all 6 matches,
time running.
we'll go to a shootout. 6 reds, every second counts. John hammers that break. Still don't think he's getting the best connection on it, but he's hitting it with a lot of power, and he has made a ball at least.
Yeah, for the amount of power he's trying to put in, they're not really sort of pinging open. He's not getting that explosions, which sort of tells me he's not quite timing it. Not hitting the cue ball at maximum acceleration. Potting himself into trouble in the first frame, was lucky to get his second opportunity. He potentially doing the same thing here, as he's now landed awkward. Maybe if this double drops in, I think he's playing the double, not the guy. He's got the cut. That was a very thin cut. I was thinking double because it gave him the control he needed, but that little flick on the black has, well, it could have gone better, but at least he's got the next shot. If he catches the black a fraction thicker, he's on the red to the bottom right corner. In fact, he's still going to take the one to the bottom right corner. Oh, lovely. Excellent positional shot to have a shot at this red. That wasn't easy to get across the table. He's done well. He's sort of been chasing his finish from the second ball. But he's going to need one more good positional shot here. There's a lot of yellows in the way.
Has he done enough?
Oh, he has. 2 great kisses for him.
That is some breaking dish from John Sullivan. Goodness me. 2-0. And he had to work really, really hard for that one. Played some brilliant shots. And he looks much more satisfied with life than he did about 10 minutes ago. Here are the opening 4 groups then in the Vinny.co.uk Champions League, and we will resume after Christmas in the new year with a belting group actually. Group 3 sees Sam Bircher, Rob Chilton, Phil Harrison and Zach Shepherd go toe-to-toe, and then the week after that, Shootout King is back. Jordan Shepherd in action. He's got John Rowe, Brian Halcrow and Scott Price in his group 4. There's good groups there.
Yeah, very intriguing groups there. I think there'll be 2. Phil Harrison and Jordan Shepherd will start those groups as favourite. The bookies will have them as the favourites for those groups, but they are 2 very challenging groups, and they're going to have to work very hard to come through them.
Trailing 2 frames to 0. Time running.
It's another dry break for Oli Bale, who's really struggling on the break tonight.
Yeah, I think that's 3 dry breaks now for him, and a foul break as well, so really not going well for him so far.
And this is what I talked a little bit about in John's match with Aaron. When he gets up ahead of steam and builds up a little bit of momentum, I'm not going to talk too much about it, because as soon as I mentioned that in the last match, he then missed an absolute dolly into the corner pocket. But it feels like he's rolling at the moment, and that's a very dangerous John Sullivan to face. I don't believe it's happened twice.
Yeah, that's twice tonight. That's unbelievable. He's annoyed the pot didn't go in, but he actually didn't get the position either. The one thing I would say, having seen John play many, many times before, is the fact that he's still, whilst he's made some good finishes tonight, I feel like he's chasing a lot of finishes. Oh, brilliant shot from Oli to create something there, and this red will go down the rail, so a good chance here for himself. But going back to John, I just feel like he's chasing his finishes quite a bit, and I felt like that all the way through the shootout performances we've seen from him so far. You know, when he's at his best, you know, like a lot of the top players, he has the ball under a lot more control, and you can see 3-4 balls out, but he's got a pattern, he's got a route, and he's going to make the most of it and make the clearance. Whereas tonight, and what we've seen previously from him here on Free Sports, he's always chasing.
Well, he's had a couple of lovely little touches so far, both just in this match and also in the night as a whole. He's not turned it into performances. This is going to be a real showpiece shot if he can get it. I think he just wanted to take the pocket there at the pace he played that at, but didn't quite manage to do so. John could be in again. He is.
Purposely played into the black as well, just wanted to nudge it a little more open, make sure it was clear.
Should be 3-0 here with 12 minutes on the clock.
Excellent pot into the centre. They always look a lot easier on our screens than they really are in reality.
No doubt about it, John Sullivan goes 3-0 into the lead, making quick work of his second match in a game that he has to win. He looks like he's on the way.
Yeah, looks very focused out there as well. Needed a couple of opportunities to win the first and third frame, got a good finish from the break in the one in between. But he'll be pleased to be 3-0 up. Just needs to finish it off from his side of the table now, from his perspective.
We saw the groups for the first half of the draw of the Champions League at the end of the last frame. This is the second half of the draw. Group 5 will be on the way in the middle of January. Sean Storey, Chris Day, Tom Price and Eddie Barker. And then take a look at those last two groups in particular. A couple of names jump out there. Just Chris Melling, Mick Hill, a couple of others. But those are some big hitters.
Yeah, they're not just headline names for those groups, they're headline names for the whole tournament. Chris Melling and Mick Hill, two of the greatest players to play the game. Mick Hill, 6 times world champion. Chris Melling has been a professional at multiple disciplines. Pool, snooker, Chinese 8-ball, 9-ball. He's a fantastic player and very entertaining to watch. So I'm really looking forward to our last two groups in particular. But they're not going to have it all their own way because there's some big names in their groups as well.
John again makes a ball. He's still not cueing the break exactly how he'd like. He's having a little bit more success than early, that's for sure.
I think he'd like to take yellows here. But he's just going to turn the table over for his opponent. It's still an open table. There was no yellow for John to go out there at all, so wanted to get rid of the yellow over the pocket.
Extension call.
Could have taken on a red, but just wouldn't have been worthwhile. It would have been too much work to do. So clever little shot that from John.
As you mentioned, he's not been, totally familiar with the rules, but that is the mark of a man who knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he was very open when he turned up today to say he didn't really know the rules that well, but that was an excellent choice, especially when you consider the 3-0 lead. No point chasing another finish that's massively odds against and letting Oli into this match. John will be happy if this frame takes a few minutes to sort itself out. Doesn't matter whether you win 3-0, 4-0, as long as you win. So the 2 points is all that matters.
Red ball's in play.
So Oli will take on reds. He needs a bit of a comeback here. He's perfectly capable of producing one.
Red on the left-hand side is the problem. Can he get into it here? Yes, excellent shot. I had to hit that with so much power. It was just off straight. And that is opened up perfectly for him.
Brilliant work from Oli Bale. One of the shots of the night. should be able to get himself on the board here. Two relatively straightforward shots to seal frame number 4. Really high standard of clearance, one that's recognised by John Sullivan, sat in the chair to his left right now. This is the shot that opened things up, Simon. What a shot it was.
Yeah, you could see that camera angle was excellent to show you that he didn't have a huge amount of angle there. If you've got more angle, you don't have to hit it as hard to get the pace into the ball on the cushion, but with the angle he had to really force it and hit it very firm. And with all the other yellows around it, he had to make sure it came out. So excellent shot for Oli, and you know, he's on the board and he's still fighting in this match.
A bit of fighting talk coming from both players, maybe. They seem to be enjoying things at least.
Yeah, certainly a bit of banter going out between the two players in the arena. We've seen that already tonight.
Only now with a chance, and because it's such a short format and it is such a short race, 8 minutes 50, absolutely loads of time to play all 4 frames should we need to at this stage, or all 3 frames I should say. This match has flown by, both players have been pretty quick, and that is a much, much better break. Oh, and then misses the cut, would you believe that? Well, that could be all she wrote for Oli Bale in this match. Bad first miss.
Yellows in play.
John Sullivan immediately bouncing on yellows.
Yeah, great first positional shot as well. I was just about to say that Oli Bale would have been thrilled just to get that opportunity. Having made such a good clearance in the frame before, just if he could have responded with another finish from the break, he'd have just ramped the pressure up on John. He really would have done, but he's let John off the hook a little bit there, and John can take these out. He will get the 2 points. No reason why he shouldn't now. I think he's got... No, he's straighter than I thought he was on this, so it's decent positional shot required. Loads and loads of top right. What a shot that is.
He's firing.
That was almost straight, and he's created some sort of angle there.
Really building up a head of steam now. Here's John Sullivan. And one shot away from his first win of the night. And it will put him, temporarily at least, into top position in Group 2. Fantastic performance from John Sullivan. And Oli Bale could be left behind in a moment. At the bottom of the group as match 4 prepares itself. Those are the stats at the end of it. And in the end, John Sullivan did miss a couple of shots, but also had a couple of really, really good clearances as well. Far and away deserved that.
Yeah, he was let off the hook early in frames 1 and 3. He missed and needed a second opportunity to win those frames. Good break and dish in between, but yeah, just early didn't punish the mistakes enough, and John is a deserved winner.
He certainly is. And we've got match number 4 on the way for you next. Aaron Davies is back in action. He takes on Andy Cragg to decide who will go top of the group.